If you've ever been told to just make contact or put the ball in play, you've been trained to survive and not stand out. And that advice sounds helpful, but it's the reason so many players hit weak ground balls and get overlooked. In this video, I'm going to break down why the contact hitter mindset is broken and what separates those players from the ones who step into the box to do damage and become a real power threat. Let's clear up the lies and show you how to fix them. Now, if you're new here, I'm former MLB player Jermaine Curtis, and I help players transform from soft contact single hitters by adding distance to their hits and turn them into power threats who get noticed and recruited. If you want my help breaking down your son's swing and building him into a power threat, click the link below to book a free swing breakdown call with me or my team, and let's see what's missing with your swing and fix it ASAP. Now, as you can see, there are two videos on the screen, and both were when I played professionally. I was at AAA for the Cincinnati Reds, and I'm going to talk you through the thought process I had as a hitter, because I believe many of you may be experiencing the same things. Okay, so first off, what I want to talk about is mindset. And when I basically grew up my entire life, my coaches, my dad, my mom, everybody around me just said, just make contact. So basically, I became very, very good at just making contact. And I'll show you here. If you look at this swing right now, you can see how I just put my foot down and then I just take my hands right to the baseball. Okay, you can see it's a very, very handsy type swing, and I'll show you again. Just foot down. Okay, there's really not much movement, and push the barrel to the baseball. And my best swings were low liners, and they would basically get hit right in front of the outfielders, and I couldn't really drive the ball for extra base hits. Right, but I was getting on base all the time. I had a high OPS. I made consistent contact, but it was because my mindset was just to put the ball in play, and I was happy with the single. I was very, very happy with just getting on base, right? Because that was my identity. Make contact, get on base. Okay, now you'll see something completely different on this side, right? In 2016, the year later, I was thinking do damage, especially early in the count. So you'll see here, let me back this up for a second. You'll see here, the count is, it's 0-0 actually, and it's 2 outs, and it's the top of the ninth, right? And I'm up at the plate. This guy throws 100 miles per hour, and I knew he was going to throw his fastball, right? And I end up hitting a double over the right fielder's head. But you can see here, there's a difference. I was going up to the plate thinking to do damage. I was the aggressor, right? I went in with the confidence that he's going to throw me the fastball away and I'm going to hammer it. I'm going to put it into the outfield. I wasn't just optimizing for a base hit. I was optimizing for doing damage. I wanted to hit both those runners in, not just one, right? I wanted to send a message, and that allowed me to start hitting more extra base hits. See, there was a different mindset between both of them, and that yielded different results. And it really starts there with the mind, because if your mindset is right, especially if you're going up to the plate looking to do damage, you're confident and you're looking to make a big impact. And that's the difference between the two. One, you're playing it safe. The other one, you're confident and you're looking to make an impact on the field. The next thing I want to talk about is mechanics. You see, let's go back to this guy over here. Basically, since my mindset was just to make contact, my mechanics aligned to that. So what happened was, and you can see this right here, I was basically swinging with all arms, right? And my thought process at the plate was hands to the baseball. And that's what my dad used to always tell me. So Jermaine, just throw the hands to the baseball. Don't even think about the lower half. Just get barrel to the baseball. See the ball, hit the ball. Very simple, repeatable swing. And I'm thankful for my dad to teach me baseball and help me to become, basically a Major League Baseball player. But that thought process was ingrained into me. And so then I was that type of hitter, right? I was just throwing my hands to the baseball, and I wasn't looking to do more than just, again, hit a single. Okay, and you see here's the low liner. It was hit hard. It was great. And, it was an RBI. But that was essentially what my mechanics looked like. Foot down, hands to the ball. You can see here is very, very handsy swing. And I see this on a day-to-day basis with a lot of young players, right? Now, if we look over here, you can see there's a different type of mechanics. Now, what I realized in a year later was I started focusing on the power chain. Okay. Now the power chain has 3 levers. Okay. Ground force, torso torque, and then the barrel launch. And I'll show you that in a second. Now, the first thing is the ground force. So basically how it works, if we're trying to drive the baseballs, well, we're trying to create energy. And we do that by shifting into the ground and or shifting our weight to our backside and pushing into the ground. And that starts creating energy throughout our swing. You can see here as I start to basically push everything into that back leg, right? And I'm curling like a ball. And that's that torso. You see that how that torso starts to shift this way. And now I'm sitting basically over this back hip and this back leg, right? So now I'm storing, I created energy and I'm storing it. And then that barrel comes launching through. And that's how you get the, basically the exit velocities to increase and you start driving the baseball for extra base hits. So the last thing I want to talk about is actually batted ball outcomes. Okay. So on this side, okay, basically the outcomes that I was trying to get was low liners and I was trying to hit ground balls, because if you know, if you hit a lot of low liners, your batting average is actually going to be high, right? Hitting a line drive yields you like a 675 batting average. And here's the thing about ground balls. People say do not hit ground balls, but it's where you hit the ground balls. If you hit the baseball back up the middle and it gets by the pitcher, usually it's a base hit. And if you can hit it to the opposite side, it's a base hit as well. A right-handed hitter, if you hit it between first and second, ground ball right there usually gets by. So that's basically my batted ball outcomes. I was trying to do that on this side right here. I was trying to keep everything low. I absolutely hated hitting fly balls. If I hit a fly ball, I was mad about that, and I would try not to do that at any chance I get. If I was up at the plate, if I hit a fly ball, I would get so upset about that. So that's the reason why I had a high on base percentage and I would hit for a high average, but I wouldn't slug. Now on the opposite side, okay, basically what I tried to do was I tried to hit more balls in the air. I was optimizing for line drives and more fly balls. And I remember before that season, I thought to myself, will my average go down? And it's crazy. Here I bet at 270. Here I hit like 295 to 300, right? So I kept the batting average high, but I had something that was a little bit different. I end up hitting more doubles. I end up hitting more home runs, and my slugging percentage jumped up, right? I started to hit more home runs and more doubles. And it's because I thought of it this way. If I had 10 at-bats, could I hit 6 to 7 of those balls or 8 in the air? And I would track out of 10 at-bats, how many did I hit in the air for line drives and fly balls? Because I knew if I can hit line drives and fly balls, 2 or 3 of those were either a base hit, double, or a home run. And so that's what I focused on that year, and it paid off. Over here, I was overlooked. I was sitting the bench. I was batting in the 9th hole, and I was a replacement player. Over here, I was an all-star. I stood out. I had so many more accolades. This is exactly what I teach my players. In fact, this player right here went from overlooked and cut from his team because he wasn't hitting the ball hard enough and he was stuck in the contact identity. And we shifted him into a power threat mindset, and he started hitting those balls for doubles and extra base hit, and he just recently hit his first home run. And also this player right here, who went from no doubles last season to hitting already multiple doubles this season, and he's on his way to hitting 10 to 15 doubles for the year. And what about this player who last year hit 0 doubles, and this year he hit more doubles than actual singles? So if you or your son is stuck stuck making soft contact and you know you have or your son has more power in him, let's fix the root cause. Click the link below and schedule a free swing breakdown call with me or my team. We'll help you identify what's holding you back and show you how to start adding real distance to your hits. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.